What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash. Shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. We are still, in this range, 228, 65 cents. We haven't moved a whole lot, but we did have a weekly close, and there's something that I really, I want to talk about just briefly. I'm very convinced that we do go lower. I am convinced. How much lower? Not much. Not much. We're at 228 right now. I think somewhere around 214 or a little bit below that would make sense. The possibility of holding this low as a low and getting a higher low than that is there. We could also go below this low and still form an overall higher low too. So don't be shaken out or scared if we go below 205, okay? It could happen. It could definitely happen. That would actually be 201 if we were to go below that low. Almost 202 actually. I very much do though. From the top to bottom here, coming up and finding resistance. This is definitely a rejection off your 618 on the first pass. To be expected, okay? It happens. To find relevance on this area, it's just doing what it does. It's normal, okay? For Bitcoin Cash especially. Below this 0.5 here, you did not find support on it. You actually found resistance. I think it's safe to say that we have tested it as resistance and confirmed it as a bit of a resistance point. I would give this an 80% or more likelihood that it's going to go to the 382. I very much would. I very much do expect that it's going to go to this 382. If not the 236, that could also be a possible area as well. We could always go back to the 0.069. I think these are less likely. Still likely or possible. Maybe possible is the right word. I would say likely but less likely, and then not as likely but possible. But with this overall setup on the fib, this 214 area, again, 80% or more chance. I'm saying 80% because I want to hold myself back, but man, I'm very certain we're going to go to this price, if not lower, and probably lower. Look at how much respect we had on this 382. None. We had none. So I don't think we're going to bounce right off of it. We could. I've seen it where we will disrespect, and then show full respect on the third attempt. That happens too. So, just be aware. But I'm at the current point in time that we're in, looking at this, how it's interacted with the 382, how it interacted with the 618, I do think that we would go below the 382, probably below this purple line. When we went below the purple line here, best time to buy. Went below the purple line here, best time to buy. Went to the purple line here, best time to buy. So anything around this purple line, it's a great time to buy. Now, to be fair, we're not that far away from it, are we? From the current price to there, that's only a 6% drop. A little bit below the 382, that's an 8% drop. So boo-hoo, if you buy here and it goes lower, you're probably not going to lose any sleep, But if you're like me and you want to try and catch this higher low that I think we're going to have, which it could be lower than this and still be fine. It could be higher than this though, it just depends. It wouldn't, I wouldn't be surprised by either. At the moment, I guess I am kind of expecting a higher low than this low here. But if it goes lower than that, I wouldn't be. I'm not going to be sad. But my buy orders right now, I've moved them again. I've got 4 buy orders set for Bitcoin Cash. Each are evenly distributed. One is at 210, one is at 211, one is at 212, one is at 213. Because I am very much convinced that we're going to go below this 214 area, and 210 is just right below there. So that's where I'm buying personally. This isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just letting you guys know literally what I'm doing. So I would, again, expect that we go below this 382. We've disrespected the hell out of it now. Why would I expect that we'd show respect on it here? And then from there, we can talk about going up. I do think that this is the low. I don't think we're going to go lower. I do think from there we will find support and then continue to build our way up. But it might be a week or two. So nothing new really right now. We're waiting for the drop. Let's look at the RSIs and stuff. Yeah, as time's gone on, look at this. We had this nice uptrend. You tried to hold it here, and you just slowly are rolling over. And you marked it beautifully. You marked it with a double top. Marked it beautifully. And now you're breaking out. Of course, so we're having a little bit of a pullback. It's normal. It's totally normal. And then if we take this here from the low to the high, let's just see if any fibs line up with what I'm saying. Both these 382s line up pretty well. I don't know, man. This golden area is right down by the 236. And again, I would say this is likely. It's just less likely. But we could go all the way down to 193. This prices below $200 for Bitcoin Cash are still very much possible. So don't throw that out of the equation yet, especially with how high up in the RSI we are. If we were to go oversold again, you bet your sweet ass we're going to go below $200 or salted. I don't know what you do with yourself. But looking at this thing on the weekly, bullish, very, very bullish on the weekly. Has room to come down and still be bullish, right? You can come down a little bit, form a higher low still. You can wick all the way down and come back up, right? Like you can see how low the RSI was here, right? It bounced right off the 50 on this week, but it was well below the 50 at its lowest point. So we can definitely have a scary look, you know, during the week while it's open, but by the end of the week on a closing period, if we were to, let's say, like have a lower low, I would think that by the end of the week we'd come back up and make it a higher low before closing time. So all in all, I think lower. If I had to give it my best guess, I would say we're probably going around that 210 to 215 area. That's really what I'm expecting, but there's still a lot of significance and potential to go around that 190 to 200 area. So just be aware of that. That's all I got for you guys. Nothing too new. Shout out to the Dragon Riders. Love you guys. And I will see you on the next one. Have a good night, good day, wherever you are, wherever you are. Bye-bye.